Hi, I'm 36 years old. In the last year, I've really sunk into a depression. I don't feel happiness or joy anymore. It's like I'm completely removed from it. Like I'm aware of the situations that I should, but I don't. I went back to college and I, really took it seriously and I did very well. I got a 4.0 grade point average and got my associate's degree. Uh, got accepted into three or four major colleges. I sunk deeper into my depression, and I simply didn't fill out scholarship forms. I didn't choose this. Uh, wouldn't ever choose this. It's just anxiety and panic, and it's a living hell, and it has been for a long time. It's just been a free fall of epic proportions. So as far as eating wise, and mentally altogether, it got to the point to where it was starting to get hard for me to even get out of bed. When I get in the bed and get under the covers, like I just feel so much better and like safe and anything else, it's just like it's like a burden, like it's exhausting in a way. And there was one thing that I could look forward to that made me happy, and I'll give you two guesses, and it was food. Um, and then once you get into that routine, a week, 2 weeks of every day, uh, then it gets hard to get out of it. Uh, Add on the depression, and boom, here we are. I've gained weight. Happy New Year. As far as next year, it's been dark. Hopefully, this is the light at the end of the tunnel. Um, trying to feel positive about things. I've had a lot of trouble with everything lately. But it gets darkest before the dawn, right? So let there be light. It's been a week since the new year. I've not been eating well at all. But today I have. Today's day one for me. I'm really working on, when the negative thoughts come, shutting them down. Uh, you know, I realize that everything that's wrong with me is up here. I know that. There's, nothing physically that keeps me from losing weight. It's my choices, my decisions, and my mentality about it. So, maybe things will look up. Get the panic gone, get the anxiety gone, start to improve myself, get some confidence. I have no confidence right now at all. Don't even want to be seen. I mean, I really don't even want to be seen in public. I really fret about taking Zoe to school and being judged by everyone walking in and out. I mean, I really do spend a lot of time thinking about that. Just looking forward, thinking, hey, there's going to be a day when I can, walk around without sweating and my back won't hurt as much. You know, and that day will be soon if I just continue on. This is the cornerstone, the first step. I haven't been doing the best in the world as far as what I wanted to do. I've just kind of been treading water, I think. Keeping about where I'm at. Not getting worse, not getting better. Which is better than going the wrong way, but, not as good as going the right way. So, you know what happened. The only way I can feel not mentally and physically exhausted is to go lay in my bed. So I had to go to a doctor and I had to weigh, and then I came home and weighed. It said 380, which is up above where I've been. Even when it was bad, I kind of held strong at 360 forever, and I haven't been at 380 since the first time I lost my weight. I actually didn't start the lose to gain channel until I was, I think, 350. You know what that means? That means that we have a chance now for lose to gain 2, and this time more weight loss, bigger, better, more exciting. What all sequels need. An extra 20 to 25 pounds to lose. Look on the bright side. Um, I can be back to where I hated being before with only 20 pounds. And he's like, oh man, he's like, I'm usually pretty good about, eyeing somebody up. And he's like, you must just be barely over. And so we had to go to another scale, and I was 406 on the scale. And that wrecked me. And, I ate bad that day, and I, kind of lost it for a couple days. Uh, because, I had to see the 4, and I had to accept that actually had happened. I put on 45 pounds. You see all your progress erased and then some, and then, the daunting reality that you have to do all that And just to be back to where you were, which you weren't happy with. Even when I was at like 215, I wasn't happy because, I looked like a melted dude. I had all the skin everywhere, and, there's really nothing I'm going to be able to do about that. So anyway, yeah, there. I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole again of the depression, but that was my thought process, and then a lot of sadness and just sulking and eating and got ugly. I realized that I don't have long to live if I don't change, and I just couldn't stop eating them, and I was like, well, I have a real problem because I really just couldn't stop eating them. Like I felt like I had no choice, and I ate bags of cereal, man. I'm at my low point here. We got to stop. We got to put on the brakes and put it in reverse. So my goal is 2 weeks of eating clean, which will be the first time I've ever done it, and hopefully I'll actually lose weight fast, like people usually do when they start from a huge weight. The scale messed with my head a little bit. I did that thing where you give it your best for a week and you want to see huge losses fast, and it doesn't even really matter if that happens overall in the long run, but it's so important to us because we have to, you know, be validated in what we're doing. Is it really all worth this? And then we look and we're like, yeah, that wasn't worth it. That was too hard. This isn't worth it. 4 or 5 pounds? No. Come on, I can't do this forever. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I've done a lot, and I know it hasn't been that long, but it's been hard. Anyway, the scale just got me on the ropes, and on the way back, I was looking at McDonald's, I was looking at these places, and I just felt like crap, and I don't have any energy, and I'm just exhausted. I don't know, I feel a little trapped and pessimistic, and I have a lot of problems, and they're all focused around one thing, and that's my weight right now. I guess it has to be the depression because it just seems like it's literally impossible to get back to where I was, which is 360. And it's just 30 pounds, but it seems like a unending mountain. Uh, and it's a messed up way of thinking because when you think that way, you're just like, what's the point? Uh, I can't do it. You know that like when Zoe was born, uh, my whole thing was to lose weight so I could do things with her, and now I can't, and I can't even at this moment take her into her class, which she had a thing for school today. It's kind of in the middle of summer to keep them kind of used to going, and she was really excited about it, and I couldn't take her because I could barely get in and out when I was 360. I need to start walking every day because Zoe goes back to school in a month, and I want to be able to take her in and out. I would like to, I would so much like to not ever have to worry about that again. Never have to worry about, sitting in the theater seat. So many relationships gone because of that, really. People wanted to hang out. I'd get calls, and then fewer and fewer, and I was always, too ashamed. I mean, it's just been a nonstop thing for so long. I've been ashamed to meet people and do things for like 15 years. And I'm always thinking in my mind, let me just lose some weight first so that I can feel better about myself and, and be a person. And it never, but you know how that goes. So I just really need to kind of just forget about that and just kind of live life now. And, I am what I am. And, I want to change it, but uh, I've had trouble. and But I'm working on it. So, uh, you know, as long as I'm working on it, I think I can face the world, maybe, hopefully. Some bad things are happening, man. So I told you I had to, be able to walk by now for Zoe's school, and I can't. I can't at all. I couldn't feel worse. I'm already depressed, and now I'm not going to be able to watch her because I can't walk. And these are all things that they're my decision, and this was the price. And I'm paying it, and I just right now I'm just thinking, I got to get better. I got to improve. I got to do better. I got to, and that's hard to face when you have no energy and you're depressed and you just want to lay in bed and quit. Which has just been my problem for so long. I never knew depression was like this. I've never been this depressed and I've never come out of it, so I don't know what that would be like, but it's just, hard. Yeah, not good things. I just wanted to wait until I had something positive to say, and I don't. It just doesn't seem like it's anywhere down the road. I feel like you know I've let everybody down, and I can't stay like this. And I know that I've said it and all that, but we'll see. Uh, but so far, so good. I know it's just the beginning. I don't know. I feel like this is different, uh, and time will tell on that. I'm not even gonna pretend I have a clue what's gonna happen, but I know. I don't know. I guess it kind of made me feel a little bit, and that's what I need to do because when I get depressed, not really sadness as much as it is nothingness. I read somewhere that the opposite of depression isn't happiness; it's vitality. What I'm feeling is actually normal, or what I'm not feeling, and it's a problem. And it's got to do with actual things happening inside my brain. Um, it's not my fault, but there are things I can do to try to slowly go back into the light. Take small steps towards it. My plan is to just say to myself, this is something that I do that I know is disordered, that I know is, trying to kill me. This is serious. This is really serious. It doesn't seem like it at the time, but I know, logically that it is. I know that if I don't get it under control, I'll die. I know that. If one day you wake up and you're just like, I don't feel like I have to do that anymore, and if that happens, dude, you're set. And that is my absolute 100% goal to one day, be able to be that way. And then just live a normal life and not be a slave to food. And even if the cravings never really went away all the way, I could manage them. As you can tell, man, I am thinking. My brain's going, so this choo choo train might be taking off. I can't go to YouTube though. I can't ever go back there. I don't think. I don't know. I feel like if I do, I'll let everyone down big time, and I just can't even face it. I'm so out of control and screwed with my eating right now. This is day one for me, Rob, for real. So, mark it down, man. 1 month exactly until Christmas. And I'll be honest, man, my mental health is just at rock bottom right now. And, it's a slow process, and when you fall down the hole so far, I'm not even talking about weight at this point. When you start giving things up that you do and you start kind of just losing the ability to function and you stop going places and that it builds up and you can't just snap back out of it. It's overwhelming to think of doing things that, I used to do easily without thinking. So, I've tried to kind of snap back into it over and over and it's just terrible. It doesn't work. I guess I feel so bad about myself. I don't want to be seen. I just haven't felt like I can overcome the feeling of just, depression that I have to where I can even act normal to where, if I went over there, it wouldn't just be a big downer. I got to work on that. And I think it'll all come together as long as I continue to chip away. Or I know it will. I got here, I can get out. I ate so much yesterday that I was so sick today. Like, I just was so out of breath. And, I took a shower and I had to lay down on the bed. And my heart is just pounding. And, I'm just like, because my back hurts so bad just from being up for such a. I'm so heavy. The weight of me is so overwhelming. I feel trapped. If I'm not in this chair, I'm in pain. It's like I'm disabled. Like physically disabled right now. I am. I can't. I couldn't fucking walk to the end of the block and back. It's all of it, man. It's the head games. It's the fact that I've been here before, and I have previous memories about being in this stage and how much it sucked, and I was also have the memories of how great it was when I finally freed myself of it. But I can't really feel those memories anymore because I don't feel like that they're possible anymore. You keep saying like, it's only a matter of time of when, but if I'm being honest, with me it's if. And like I have two options. I'm going to either continue this, be miserable, regret every day, and then die, or somehow turn it around. I just feel so fat right now. And Christmas Eve is coming up, and oh my God, man, I do not want to be seen. I haven't been seen in a while, and I don't want to be seen. I just don't think I'm in the place. And then this is my favorite holiday, The girls are going to be there, and baby Jesse's going to be dressed as an elf. Try to act happy and pretend that it's not obvious that my life is falling apart. That I got to get going. Again, overwhelming to think about, considering the shape I'm in right now. I know I seem loyal, but it's not. I haven't given up or anything. This is kind of me accepting the reality of where I'm at and trying to accept it. And I said accepting it and trying to accept it, but I realize I haven't accepted it yet. Uh, I'm trying to swallow that pill, and then I can start thinking about chipping away and finding my spark. I really had a tough Christmas, more so than I think I've ever had, actually. Christmas Eve, especially. I felt so bad for not going, but I felt so helpless. Like, I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I don't know how else to say it. I wasn't in the right mind frame. I wouldn't. It would have been no good for anyone, I don't think. If I'm going to get to the other side, what I'm going to have to go through, and I have a lot of bad habits now. Like where I can't even freaking hardly function. But I got here. I got here. So I can get back. I keep on telling myself that. I keep on because for a good while, I didn't think I could at all. I didn't think there was a possibility. And depression makes you think that things are impossible in your head. And I really did believe it. Like I just totally believed it. And by doing that, you're kind of fulfilling it, right? And that scared me. I'm like, well, if I believe this, then I'm right. Christmas/New Year's really beat me down. Good. It took all those hopes and dreams that I've been building up slowly, and just annihilated them. And I knew that I gained weight. And my guess was I was over 400 pounds. I said 406. I'm not even gonna talk about it. I have every intention to go forward now. I'm focused on the long term. I feel like I know what it is. I have the tools. I knew, waking up today and even yesterday, I knew that, I started to, whatever I do, to get myself mentally ready to do this, I've been doing. I can tell. And, I'm not trying to convince you or anything, because, I've said it so many times. And I've even said, I feel different this time, et cetera, et cetera. I've said it all. There's nothing I can say now that I haven't said. In 2017, either I made a decision to change my life, and at the end of it, I will be so much better than I am now. So I have no good news, really. Things have fallen apart, but um, I am, for some reason, weirdly optimistic because I just am ready to not be in this situation anymore. A lot to work on, a lot to do. Um, and, I want this year to be the year that I can walk again. I can take my niece to school. I can be more active. I can play with her outside. I can take her to the park. I can take her fishing. These are all things I haven't been able to do. Those are my big goals. Those are the things that I'm going to be looking at. Those are the things that are the most important to me. I don't want to beat myself up over it. That's like a thing I keep telling myself. I can't beat myself up over how I got here, that I'm here. None of that, because it just isn't going to get me out of it. Even if I think, and I do, that I deserve it. And I think that, obviously, inside, we have those negative voices. I feel like I haven't gotten enough lashes, but if you look at the way I am now, I'm getting my lashes for what I've done. So I don't need to give myself any more. I think this is the year to do it. For me, I think it's a do or die year, honestly. I don't think I have a year to screw around with this. I feel that this is it, man. I'm gonna say 2017, do or die. And I've spent the last couple of years dying, so I'm gonna try to do. This is the beginning. Let's forget the nonsense and let's get to business. I wanted to get the pizza side and the not baked lays. So I was fighting myself all day, but I did refrain, and I have not overeaten today, and that's probably the first time that I've not overeaten in a really, really long time. As hard as I've ever tried, I can't even get a day. I made all the good decisions, like I always say I'm going to, and then the video ends, and I kind of push it to the back of my head. I actually did it this time, so I thought that was worth noting. I went to the doctor. I had to see the numbers 411 on the scale. I was shook. The 411 thing. That's tough. It's just mentally tough for me. because, oh man, because getting, it's still a little tough. Right, sorry. Getting out of the 400s was a big deal. And, I hate it. So afterwards, um, I wanted to go to McDonald's really bad. I was actually en route to McDonald's. I was feeling bad. And I just stopped myself and I looked over at Michelle and I said, I can't keep doing this. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. And so I was like, change course, because I had fasted before, so I was starving. It was the perfect storm. I was starving. Longest I went without eating for a long time. It's a good first day, and I actually have went through with it. I've made tough decisions. I was wrecked. Coming out of there and hungry. Still didn't do it. Now, what's that? That's just so good for me. I mean, it really is. It's insane. I can't even believe it myself. It's so important, I think, because I can look back to that now and say, hey, I did it there, and that was really hard. I did it there at that time. Is this harder? Could I do it now? And instead of having a bunch of no, you can't, that's all I can remember, I've got one little shining diamond to gaze upon. So hopefully it's the first of many steps. Look how fat you still are. Look how much you still can't do. Look at how screwed up look at where you've got yourself. Look how screwed you are. Look how there's no way out. Look how you fool. What have you done? What I have to tell myself, in those situations is it doesn't matter, and the only way out is to keep doing what I'm doing now. So I have to just stop worrying about all the previous, corpses of my weight loss struggles. I mean, they're there. I can look at them. I smell. They're piled up a mile high. Yeah, I know. I know. I got my sword, but I know I'll probably die, right? Because look at behind me. But I think the only way forward, even if I am going to die, is to figuratively or literally, whichever, is to just keep my eyes on my feet and where I'm at. I felt empty, hollow, wrong, because I didn't partake as my body was screaming for me to do. One of the biggest reasons to be able to be there for her and Izzy and Jesse when he gets bigger. I used to take her to the kids zone all the time. I used to do a lot more than I do now, and I can't jump right back into it, but I can move towards it. And here I am, moving towards it like a slug. And at some point in the deepest, darkest recesses of my depression, I accepted that I was dead. So, I mean, the things it's taken, and, I don't know, 37, no kids, about to be single maybe, 400 pounds single. That's not a good single to be. Can barely leave the house. Holy hell, man. That's a daunting thing to try to accept. But I know, I need to start changing it, right? That's so scary, though. What do I do about the fear? So things are changing positively. Like, I'm coming alive here. And, alright, there's no way I'm getting through this. Alright, for the first time in a really long time, I want to live. Like, I'm looking forward. And I did not think that was going to happen again. I didn't think it was going to happen again. So I don't want to let it go. Anyway, there's a light. I'm just so thankful to be here. Because it wasn't just about losing weight, I was going to die one way or the other. I realized that there's such a huge disconnect from where I am mentally to where I am physically. I've realized that in the last couple of days because, while I was in my hole, I never looked in the mirror at all. I avoided it so much. And, I just literally never looked. Last night I really checked myself out. I was looking at my stomach in the mirror and turned sideways and, just kind of looking. And what I saw was, the guy from 3 months ago. Him still can't take Zoe into school. All this, and to me, I'm just like, why? Why can't I do this, man? I'm doing everything I need to do. It's been 5 weeks. What the hell? And then you have to slow down. You have to slow down and accept where you're at right now. I still have to deal with and accept the fact that, I'm going to be carrying around the past for a long time. And I may feel different, but it doesn't mean I'm going to look different. I eventually will, but not right now. And it's never going to be right now. It's never going to be immediate. So I have to be okay with where I'm at. I went outside and I walked down the street and I got a block and I kept going a little bit farther. I got probably maybe about 1 3/4 blocks before my back gave out. But it was just my back. And before, it would be, my heart beating out of my chest and I couldn't breathe. It would be my body. But this time it was just my back. It felt good. I went down the same street that I used to go up and down when I used to just pound the pavements, for years out there. That same road, that same street that was always the beginning, and I always sprinted it back at the end of the 5K. So it was really nice to be able to do that, to be able to walk down that road again, and to know that this is the beginning. Hello, YouTube. It's been a really, really long time. If anyone remembers me from back in the day, say hello. I apologize for my absence, but as you can probably tell already, things didn't go well.
Crane shot. No binging, no overeating, no more being a slave to food and depression. Keep fighting. Just keep fighting. You can do it. Never give up. Keep fighting. You'll get there.